There are quite a few Western games people don't realize were actually released in Japan. I have already covered Dante's Inferno and Prince of Persia Warrior Within in this ongoing series on the channel. But today, I want to shed some sunlight on a certain cult classic vampire game. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's talk about how BloodRayne was changed in Japan. BloodRayne made its way to Japan on August 26, 2004 for the PS2, nearly 2 years after its original release. The game's name remained unchanged, though a slightly different cover was designed to better appeal to the Japanese market. Now, if you're wondering how it sold, well, not great. In fact, it sold terribly. The game was barely marketed in Japan at all, aside from a promotional PV disc that featured a short interview with the two voice actors. That was about it. This was a stark contrast to the West, where BloodRayne was pushed hard with print ads, TV commercials, and even an appearance in an adult magazine. But in Japan, nothing of the sort. And honestly, you can probably guess why it flopped. Edgy, hyper-violent games have never exactly flown off the shelves over there, and BloodRayne was no exception. The first change we can notice upon booting the game is that the interface and the game's audio are all in Japanese, though I think the subtitles were not implemented here. The second change is the facial textures of Rain herself. In the Japanese version, she looks quite cartoony with strange eyes and questionably low-quality textures altogether. Maybe this was done in the hopes of making Rain look less menacing, but personally, they should have just left the original face textures untouched. The third change is the difficulty. The game is much easier in the Japanese version, with the AI inflicting less damage. I think it's also not as quick to respond as other versions, but this remains just my speculation. The fourth change is made to the zombies. In the original versions, they look like your regular zombies from Raccoon City, but in the Japanese version, they're green. Even their blood is changed to dark instead of red. The fifth change is made to the human soldiers in the game. While you can decapitate enemies as you hack and slash your way through carnage, the Japanese version removes that. The sixth change is quite anecdotal, but I believe some of Rain's taunts were slightly made to sound cute. She often calls the nastiest things adorable, which to me felt strange. Imagine if you're attacked by a giant blood-sucking spider and you proceed to call it adorable. Weird, isn't it? From what I know, BloodRayne may have been released in two versions, censored and uncensored. The PV disc shows actual zombies that you can decapitate into pieces. I think decapitating humans is still not possible though. I should note that the version I played for this particular video has a D0 rating, so if you happen to play the other version, share some of the changes you've noticed.